Okay, so last time around we were talking about the sampling techniques or sampling. What is sample? So we discussed 2 to 3 important points, which I will, first of all, I will repeat those points. So first thing was the population. Okay, so let's say you have some topic with you. The topic is issues of CAS/SOAR students. Issues of CAS/SOAR students. Issues of CAS/SOAR students. Okay, so can you tell me what is the population size in it? Population size means the total number of students in CAS/SOAR. What do you think? How many are those? It's about 800 students. So the population size was 800 in the CAS/SOAR. So we know the population size. So everyone in the population, we call them elements. So the students in CAS/SOAR, they are considered as elements. Now, there are two things. Is it possible to collect information from all of them? Is it possible to collect information from all of them? No. Even if it is possible, it's difficult. Even if it is possible, it is difficult to collect information from all of these students. So we need to have a sample. That is why sampling is used. So sample will be a part of this whole population. It's a part of that population. But one thing is there, we need to know how many students should be there in the sample, first of all. And the second thing is, what should be the type of students? That means we need to consider two things here now for making a sample. One thing is the sample size, and the other thing is the sample reliability. What is the sample size? It's an easy question. So if you know the population, I showed you the table. Table will actually tell us about the, is that table? What is the recommended size? What is the recommended size? For example, in this case, the population is 800. Can you tell me, according to this table, you can see the slide right now. Can you tell me what should be the sample size? $250. Maria South, we can say 250, plus 240, 240 plus would also be fine. Okay, so now this is the sample size according to this one, according to this table. Now the second question is we need to know the sample reliability. Sample reliability means what? Now think about it. There is a whole population and your sample is just a part of it. Why you are making a sample? Because you cannot collect information from all the population. You can collect information from that sample. Now, the second thing, important challenge is, if you are collecting information from the sample, you must be able to say that whatever the results we are getting from that sample, they are applicable for the whole population. This is sample reliability. What does it mean? It means you make a sample, you will choose different students. I will choose different students. But if our sample is reliable, then our results will be the same. That means our sample will truly represent the whole population. It's not like that. You will be writing in your research paper that my sample was different, so my results are different. No, your sample results should be applicable for the whole population. Please keep this in mind. Give me a second. Give me a minute. Okay, so the sample results, the results which I get from my sample should be applicable for the whole population. Please keep this in mind. So that means your sample is reliable or credible. Sample reliability is there. Now, you can ask me a question that, Mr., how can we ensure that? How can we ensure that? So I can tell you a rule, which is a rule of thumb. Rule of thumb means most of the time it will work. We call it a rule of 30. Now, according to the rule of 30, when you are collecting information from the sample, you must collect information from at least 30 points. What does it mean? Take this topic, issues of caste or students. Now, first of all, I must know what are the important demographic questions in this. What are the important demographic questions for this type of study? Okay, one important question, a demographic question would be about gender, because there are male and female students. And what is our sample size? 250, right? So how many male should be there and how many female should be there? Right. What do you think? So when you are asking a question, you collect some information. So there are 250 questionnaires which you distributed. 250 questionnaires. So how many of them should be male students? How many of them should be female students? What do you think? How many of them should be male students? How many of them should be female students? If I tell you, let's say there are more female students in the college and you collect a sample of 220 females and only 30 males, this is okay. Because I told you the rule of 30. Rule of 30 means minimum 30 should be there for one option. So of course, what is your gender? There are two options, male, female. If you collect at least, because it is not possible to collect 50-50%. I tell you this, especially in our college, not possible. So minimum males should be 30. If you collect 30 or more males, then your sample will remain tribal. What does it mean? It means the results would be applicable for female students as well as for the male students. Now, let's say if your sample size is like this, you have collected 230 female students data and only 20 male students data, then your results are biased. Biased means your results are only applicable for female students. What does it mean? It means your topic should be issues of caste or female students, not caste or students, because caste or students include male students as well. So at least 30 should be the sample for every option. Now, another important question in this study could be about the level of degree. Maybe you are a foundation student, first year student, second year student, third year student, and fourth year students. So 5 options are there. So for every option, at least 30 samples should be collected. This is the rule of 30. At least 30 students. If you have in any option, if you get less than 30, your sample reliability would be low. Now, is there any more question which is very important for this type of study? Yes. So one thing was gender. Yes, 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 Salima. You said no. There is one more important question, which is about the specialization: biotechnology, information technology, and communication. So there should be a question, demographic question, which would ask, what is your specialization? And of course, biotechnology, communication, and information technology, at least 30 would be there. For example, for biotech, you get more information, you have 200. From IT, you get 30. And from communication, you get only 20. Is this okay? No, it's not okay. Because communication should be at least. Yes, Ruqayya?
Okay, Mr. Because now not specialized again for biotechnology or IT or communication.
So these 3 questions are important, right? Gender, level of study, level of degree or level of study, and the specialization. So you must make sure in these 3 questions, at least 30 samples are there. This is the rule of 30. I'm not giving you a rule of 30. This is given by a statistician named Khoshran. And Khoshran, actually, for any statistical test, quantitative test in any software, we need to have 30 samples at least. This is the rule given by Khoshran. So if you have less than 30 numbers, you cannot do statistical testing. This is the reason behind it. Is this point clear? Is this point clear?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. So let us take another example. Impact of social media on Omani culture. First of all, can you tell me the population size?
The number of people who use the social media.
Yes, Omani people who use social media, but can we know the population size? No, this is very difficult. Okay, so can you tell me the sample size? See the table and tell me the sample size.
Over 10, 30, 70.
I didn't understand. What should be the sample size for now? The population would be, we can know one thing for sure. It would be more than 5,000, maybe 100,000 people or 200,000 people in Oman who are using social media. So what do you think? What should be the sample size? Minimum sample size, 357. Very good. So one thing, if your population is more than 5,000, we have 357 minimum. We have 357 minimum. So 357 should be our sample size, even if we don't know what is our population size. In this topic, we don't know how many people are using social media in Oman, but we can still determine the sample size. Okay, now, if you ask different demographic questions, what should be the important demographic question in this type of a study, which will determine the sample reliability? One thing is, what is your gender? Because that means in 357, we should have both responses, male and female, and at least 30 should be there. Then what is your age? So in age group, we will have different age groups for you who are using social media. 18 to 25, maybe 26 to 30, maybe 31 to 35, or 36 to 40, and 40 plus. For every age group, you should have at least 30 samples, because it's an important question for social media. Any other important question?
If this person is Omani or not, or only in Oman age.
Yeah, this is only about Oman. So yes, you can ask this question if it is only, but he will be Omani because like this is about Omani people only. You
And
can have a
also it's female or man. Females or man.
yeah. So gender is there, na? Female or male. Gender is there. I have written it. Gender is important. Age is important. Anything else?
Mr. If this not all the people picked for the social media, some people
Yeah.
who
So
have it
only
for
those
the
people will
social
be.
media.
So you can add a question which is about whether you use any social media or not. So yes or no will be there. So if someone is saying no, he will not be filling the questionnaire, right? So he is not the part of the sample. So that is a screening question. For example, you give me the questionnaire, I don't use social media, so I will say no. After that, I will not fill the questionnaire. So that means I'm not the part of this sample. We are just talking about those people who will fill the questionnaire. They use social media, so they will fill it. So if for them, gender, age, as well as their where do they live. For example, whether they live in a village or whether they live in a city. So city and village should also be like this, like village at least 30 should be there. This is the rule of 30. Do you get my point? So for making your sample reliable, reliable means when you can say that, okay, the results which I get from my sample, they are applicable for the whole population. What does it mean? For example, from my sample, I'm saying that in Oman, young people, they use more social media. This is the result of my study. Young people use more than one type of social media. So if you do the same type of study and you make your sample, you should also come up with the same result. What does it mean? The result which is for my sample is applicable for the whole population. This is sample reliability. How can you ensure it? You can ensure it by looking at different demographic questions. And in those demographic questions, every option should have at least 30 samples. Do you get my point?
Yes, Mr.
So your sample cannot be less than for any option in demographic questions. This is the importance of demographic questions, the factual questions. They are not used for statistical analysis. This is what I told you. Only Likert scale questions are used, right? Likert scale, 5-point Likert scale, strongly agree and disagree type questions, which are opinion questions actually. But what is the importance of demographic questions? Demographic questions tells about the sampling reliability, your sample reliability. If I can find in your demographic question anything is less than 30, important demographic question, I would say your sample is not accurate or your sample is biased. For example, let us take another issues of medical staff in Sur Hospital. Issues of medical staff in Sur Hospital. Issues of medical staff in Sur Hospital. Okay, first of all, tell me, let's say medical staff, the total population is 400 or 500, let's say. Okay, then I have to make a sample of how much? Yes, you can see the slide. 217. Yes, good. So in 217, you can have a demographic question like how many of them are doctors, nurses, technicians, other staff. So can you tell me all of them should be at least 30, right? This is what we said. And other thing is the gender, male or female. This should also be, let's say for me, in male is, for out of 217, males are 180 and females are, how many are left? 37. Is it okay? Out of 217, 180 are male. And this is what I am telling. It is okay. It is okay. According to the rule of 30, females are more than 30, right? This is okay. This is the rule of 30. If it is 29, this is not okay. Do you get my point? At least 30 should be there for any option. So this is okay. 180 and 37. Even females look less, but they are more than 30. We can do statistical analysis.
Mr. You mean rule 13? If it's 13 or more?
30 or
good,
more.
But less than?
Yeah, 30 or more.
Okay.
Okay. For example, doctors are, tell me about this. Out of 217, doctors are 50. Nurses who responded to it are 70. Technicians who responded to the questionnaire are 100, or make it 80. And other staff 17. Is it okay?
No, because other start 17, less than 13.
Yes, other staff should have been 30 at least. Then it is okay. Is this point clear?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Okay. So inshallah, in the next class, we will talk about these sampling techniques. Okay, so I will end the class here.